Hello?
Nicole, this is Parker McCollum. Sorry, I was on a call that took way too long.
Were you, or were you just finishing your cookie sleeve?
No, those are the greatest mass-produced cookies in the history of baked goods. But no, I was on another call, and they were taking their sweet time. I was like, man, I got Nicole waiting. I was like, I got to get on the telephone.
No, it's okay. Annie texted me. She's like, Parker's running behind him. It's okay. I'm just on his Instagram story. See what he's posting about today.
I got out of the deer stand. I had me some cookies and milk. I'm about to go back.
Yeah. More importantly, before we talk about, you're about to have another number one, have you talked to Lane Johnson? What is his injury status? Is he playing Sunday night?
I have not talked to Lane. I try to kind of give him his space. I mean, I know he's got people reaching out like crazy, so.
Yeah. It's one of our favorite fun facts about you that you guys are buddies. And so obviously, did you watch Monday night?
I watched most of it. I was getting up at 5 to go to the deer stand, so I ended up cutting out about the beginning of the fourth quarter, and that game was about exciting as watching paint dry.
That's very true. That's very true.
Which if it was the Houston Texans, I'd have been watching it down to the wire, and then I stayed up to watch the highlights 2 or 3 times in a row.
By the way, congratulations. I saw that was a crazy game. They beat the Jags. That was a big win.
Thank you, football gods. We needed that ball game. We didn't need it. We had to have it.
Yes. Well, I love in the beginning of the season. So obviously I'm in Philly and we're big sports people here. And so you were like on your Instagram story in your dark man cave being like, do you know what a touchdown is? Because our team has not.
Tough times. Tough times.
But yeah, so anyway, congratulations on the Texans win. If you hear from Lane, feel free to call me. Let me know. How are you, by the way?
Golly, I'm so good. I appreciate you asking. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. Are you going to be at the CMAs next week?
No, ma'am. I will be in my deer stand.
Damn, you're not doing it. All right. Well, I'm glad that we got to chit-chat this time.
I'm taking the year off, Nicole. I'm taking the year off.
The whole
CMAs,
year?
So.
Oh, just the CMAs. Just the CMAs.
Yeah,
okay.
well, it's right in the middle of, like, prime time. Like, the days that the CMAs are is, like, the day you need to be in the deer stand.
But how do you know that? Is there, like, an app that tracks deer?
No, I mean, you hunt your whole life and you know what days are good.
Got
you know
it.
what
Okay.
days you got to be out there. And it's weather dependent, but I mean, it's going to fall somewhere in that 3-day span is going to be absolutely incredible.
Okay.
So
good.
Priorities first now.
Yeah, and good luck. It is kind of random that deer season is like right before Christmas, with like the reindeer and all. But, I guess I got to clear the path. I just kind of thought about that.
Well, you're not hunting reindeer.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
We're hunting whitetail deer, which I don't think would do very good in front of Santa's sleigh. But
do you eat it?
No, it's the best time of year.
Wait, in Texas, you grew up in Texas, obviously. Did you? Because I grew up in the Poconos, which is like 2 hours north of Philly, and we had off every Monday, the first Monday of deer hunting season. Is that a thing in Texas too?
You don't get the day off, but probably gonna get you out of school early.
Don't you think that's weird, though? Pennsylvania, out of all states, they give school closed. You don't think that's weird for Pennsylvania? I think that's
an unbelievably cool, like, old school tradition.
Yeah, and it's cool. Let's talk
Everybody hunted back in the day. Like, that was a big deal. Like, the season's open. You ain't going to eat if you don't. Winters are cold up there in Philly.
That is true. That is true. All right, so I am fully obsessed with your album. Now, we chit-chatted in person when you were here for George Strait and Chris Stapleton, and you played us a couple songs. Then you called me like the next week. Like, we've been chatting a lot about this album. I've told your record people this. I've fully admitted. I think I might have told you this. I'm not necessarily an album person. Like, I'm a radio personality, so I like the hits. You have a lot of hits. But this album, you and I talk so much about it, and you're like, I love the story when you told me, you were like, I had this album halfway done and I scrapped it. I was like, this isn't what I want. You flew to New York. You got a new producer. You did this whole thing. And I was like, I got to give this album a whole thing. So it comes out end of June. I'm not even lying because I'm not a liar. This was the first album. Obviously, I listened to a lot of albums. Like, we have amazing artists on our stations. But I like songs more than albums. But I'm not even lying to you. I swear to God, this was the first album. And I even texted Annie and Summer, who's your record reps. I go, this is the first album where I listened to it from top to bottom that I literally said out loud, Parker, oh, he's telling a story. It was the first album that I ever got. The way that you structured the album from the first song to the last song, it's a story basically about your life, and it's so good.
Thank you. It's the result of me as an artist when I really get my together.
Okay.
When I really focus, when I'm really committed, I'm like, man, I'm going to go make this record. Not I'm going to record some songs until I have enough to put out a record. I went to New York to make that record.
Yeah, and you said you used a live band, which a lot of people don't realize. That's pretty rare nowadays.
Which I've always done. That wasn't anything new for me.
Okay.
It was new guys. There was new players that I'd never met before until I walked into the studio. So It was just a brilliant, you think about like a little kid trying to do a science experiment, just taking a beaker and throwing everything you can find under the kitchen sink into it. That's kind of what we did, and it was just we got lucky, and it was a perfect mixture. But I appreciate you giving it the time to listen to it all the way top to bottom, because it's exactly how it was designed and put together. It's how it was engineered.
Well, it's so funny because obviously, like, I've met you a couple times, we've chit-chatted a couple times. When I listened to the album, I was like, this is art. Like, this is so good and so deep. And I was like, and then he posts on his Instagram story, I'm like, it is so different than this album. And then I was like, I'm like, what's his sign? I'm like, oh, Parker's a Gemini. This makes total sense.
Split personalities.
Yes, it makes total sense. I was like, he posts crazy on his Instagram story, but then he made this beautiful piece of art that's like the album of the year, in my opinion. And most people that I've talked to that are in country agree that it's so good. And so anyway, I just thought that was so funny. When I looked up that you were a Gemini, I was like, this makes total sense. I feel validated.
Well, I mean, that literally makes my whole day to know that you gave it any amount of time whatsoever and you responded to it so much, because that is... it's crazy what you can do when you this record was as focused and committed and a little bit desperate to find the buzz again for myself creatively.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like I needed to fall in love with it again. Go get so lost musically and find my way home. As cliche as that sounds, it's such a great way to describe it because it's really what it's like.
No, I don't think that's cliche at all. In fact, I think what you just said a couple minutes ago, where you said, I didn't want to record songs, I wanted to make an album. And I think a lot of people don't realize there's a difference to that. A lot of listeners listen to music,
Absolutely.
Right? And let's be honest, like, you're a big deal. You're pretty famous right now. And a lot of people like, oh, I just like these songs, or like, oh, he's hot. Like, I like his vibe on stage, or whatever it is. Right. But like, there's a difference and a lot of people don't realize that, like, what goes in when you're creating an album versus writing songs. And I think that's why I was so impressed with the album, because there's a difference between recording a song. A lot of artists, especially at your caliber, when you've had hits, what's going to be a hit. Right. And there's a lot of artists
Absolutely.
that write hits, and that's awesome. Like, that's awesome that people want to still put out hit songs and make people want to shake their ass in the summer. But then there's a difference of like you said, finding that creative process and like writing an album that speaks to your soul. And you definitely mastered that with this. So congratulations. You
are flying up my people that I like the most board right now so fast.
Well, thanks.
You just went from number 2 to number 1 in record time.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Now, this is where, can you please put Big Sky as the next single? Can you talk to the people? Because I'm upset. I've listened. It's going to be on my Spotify Wrapped. I know I shouldn't talk about Spotify. We're talking about radio, but it's probably going to be the number 1 song. So I'll tag you, obviously. But how do we get that?
I appreciate that. You know what? What's so funny about that song is when we were in the studio, we've been there like 3 or 4 days, and I had that song, and nobody had heard it at all.
Wow. Okay.
And I made a chart for it, which is just to show them what to play and how, and like, when to play it is essentially what a chart is.
Yeah.
And I just said, hey, let's just go in and y'all just play this chart and see what comes of it. There was no demo they listened to. There was usually they wouldn't listen to it. I would sit down, I'd play the song acoustic, and then we'd go in and record it. Or we'd be in there recording, and I'd just start playing the song acoustic, and they would just fall in. That's how we cut the whole record.
That's so cool.
But for that one song, I was like, hey, just go play what's on this paper. Because they have no idea what the words are. They don't know what the vibe is. They don't know what it's about. They don't know what it's supposed to be or what it could be.
So you're just trusting them to follow your lead, basically.
Yeah, just let this rip and see. And when they did, I was like, and Nick Bachroth, who plays guitar for Cage the Elephant, he was playing guitar on the record some, and he came in the control room and he's like, that's a hit.
Yes, it's a first listen hit. Raz and I have this thing that I tell Raz when I hear a song for the first time, I'm like, first listen hit. And there's only a handful of songs that, like, when I listened to the first time, and the first time I heard that, I was like, this is a smash. I'm obsessed with this song. In fact, I might go rogue and just play it on the air. Why not? Screw it. It's my show.
I'm telling you, number one on the people I like list.
But I also, like, so I'm on the air in Boston too. So I do Philly and Boston. And so the line where it's like, head up to Boston, gonna stand in the cold. And I was like, oh my God, it hits so good. It's like, what does that say? Where, like, there's some lines in songs, it just hits. You know what I mean? And that song has so many, I don't know. Plus it's like soulful. I think that's a very soulful song too. You're showing like your swag a little bit in that song. I tend to like more like soulful, swaggy songs. And I feel like that has a lot of soul to it as well.
I mean, you really listen.
I do. I'm telling you. How
many people I talk to that I can just tell immediately that they have no idea what the music really is?
Oh, of course, 100%. And I will be honest.
Top notch, Nicole. Top notch.
I just really... because we talked about the album a couple times before it came out, I'm an energy person and I could pick up on people's energy. And like, I just could tell how passionate and serious you were about it. And it's also was such a breath of fresh air and I'm not knocking any artist. We're very fortunate. We have amazing people in the country space,
wink.
But wink, wink. But the fact that you didn't sing about a tractor and a red Solo cup.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Like
never have, by the way.
Right. Like your album, it's like, it's real art. It's music. It's mwah, chef's kiss, Parker McCollum, chef's kiss. All right. So
number one.
And if you got to pick the next single, what would it be? I mean, it should be Big Sky, but I won't get mad if you want something else.
I'll take that one out just because we just said it. Probably Killing Me.
Oh, yeah. That's a sexy song too. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people say that. I certainly didn't
mean that.
Think of that when I was cutting it.
Okay, what did you think?
I didn't like it.
Really?
It seemed a little. I didn't like the black dress, slips. Like I feel like that's been written so much. But the more we cut it, I was like, that's what it has to say.
Yeah. Well, I also think
it's like it's okay to. You don't have to be John Prine every time.
Yeah.
It's okay for like simple, straight to the point. As long as the production and the melody still have great integrity and they're original, the sentiment of the song can be something, that is familiar and you do understand and you do know about and you don't have to think about so much.
Yeah. Well, also I think that image, the black dress, people immediately know what you're trying to say about that. Like, it's such a cultural image to people that I think it helps.
Yeah, we're getting naked.
Yeah, we're getting naked. Like, let's get in the song. You know what I mean? So I think it helps people with the structure of the song and kind of like what they're going to get.
We just made a music video for it too, so
Ooh.
I think that'd be pretty cool for the film.
Let's talk about Christmas really quick. So you're going to be on the CMA's Country Christmas. When did you film that? Was that like in the summer? Was it recently?
It was recently. It's probably a month ago.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's coming out December 2nd. And then you recorded Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Is that a new recording or did you just put it out specifically for this?
That's a new recording. I swore I would never do Christmas music and they got me.
It's good.
You're
a dad.
Now I'm playing a song on TV. But when we were doing the TV thing, they were like, Apple Music was like, hey, will you go in and record it for our Christmas deal? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
But you're a dad. Like, Christmas is so much more exciting now, right?
Yeah, but Christmas music, it's like, there's enough of it,
Yeah, but you have such a distinct voice. It's not the same, right? Like, it's a different vibe. Now, how do you feel about people decorating early? Because December 2nd is still, I guess.
Love it.
You do love it. Interesting.
As soon as 4th of July is over, let it rip.
I love Christmas too, but I think it's still there's still fall leaves on the trees here in Philly anyway. And I'm like, everybody. Yeah. All right. Well, fine. I'll give you that.
So, it's like Lil Boosie. He never takes his Christmas trees down. He's got 2 platinum Christmas trees in his living room. He never takes them down.
There is something to be said about it provides like an energy when you see a tree. It's like kind of calming and it just like,
when I come home from hunting and the Christmas tree's lit up, I'm like,
But wait, you don't help decorate?
I do if I'm home.
Okay.
They're putting our lights up today, if that tells you anything.
So you're going to get home and everything's going to be done. Like ornaments are going to be on the tree and everything.
I'd like it to be that way.
So what do? Oh, you ride the tractor, I guess. You like post it, you like cut the grass, right?
I love my lawn work.
Okay.
And I've got I've got 4 acres of lawn.
Yeah, so you're into that. Okay.
That's a lot of just lawn care.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, if most of the time when I'm home, I'm trying to slip away to the ranch as soon as I can. I got a ranch in Oklahoma and a ranch in Texas. My family's got 2 ranches in East Texas, so.
How far is that from your house?
The one in Oklahoma is about 9-10 hours, and then
oh, wow, that's
Texas,
far.
Yeah, Hit Record Ranch is like 2 hours from my house.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Fly to the one in Oklahoma, and I drive to the one in Texas.
And what do you do? Just sit there? Are you by yourself, or do you have people with you?
I've got a friend of mine with me.
Okay.
And we're just sitting every morning and every evening in trees trying to shoot big deer with our bow and arrows.
And do you write during this time, or do you use this as a way to kind of escape from music?
The creative juices flow a lot more natural here. Like I'm inevitably going to be coming up with melodies and lyrics as I'm out here.
Okay.
I don't do it when I'm in the rat race.
That makes a lot of sense. I could see that.
Like, I'm not sitting down to write. I'm just going about my day, doing my thing, and it's popping into my head. It never stops.
Okay.
Since I can remembering, I've had melodies and lyrics coming into my head and making stuff up, just freestyling and rhyming all day, every day since I can remember.
That's just how your brain is wired, which makes sense why you are who you are. And do you put that like in your notes app, or do you like do a voice note?
Yeah, I just record it on my phone. Okay. I'll just start singing it and I'll just mumble, salt in the river, moonlight on the trees, out here forever, you wouldn't believe. And I'll just sing that, and then sometime next summer I'll go listen to it and try to write something.
That's awesome. Well, Parker, always a pleasure. Upset that I won't see you next week at the CMAs, but you've been very busy this year, so I know that you're excited for your deers. But we will see your face December 2nd on CMA Country Christmas.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm assuming you're going to go back on tour spring and summer, right? Like, can you tell us anything about that or no?
We have dates announced. Our winter tour has been announced.
Yeah, but you're not here.
January.
You're like in the South
and
Midwest. I know. I don't think you're going anywhere on the East Coast. Like, we like you too, up here.
And we are coming to see you. I can assure you at some point in 2026, I will be within a short car's drive away at the very most.
Good. All right. Awesome. Well, because I won't see you until then, Merry Christmas and congratulations on the album. It's fantastic. I'm going to keep my foot on the gas to try to get Big Sky's a single. If not, I'm going to go rogue and play it. And congratulations, obviously, on What Kind of Man.
Unbelievable interview.
Too. Oh, well, thanks. This is
like really, really, really good.
Well, thanks. No, you are also, my interview is only as good as what you give me. So this was a fun conversation. You were super chatty.
I'll take that.
And, I also think that it helps that your album's really good. If your album sucked, I'd probably be like, and congratulations on the text and see you later.
My girl. Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome, Parker. Take care.
Yes, ma'am.
See ya.